all the information that we need. On today's discussion, I have with me Espoir Yao Dixon Amedome, President-elect for Media and Information Literacy Club of Unimac IJ. And our topic for discussion today is combating misinformation, the role of media. Hi, Mr. Espoir.
Hi, Nakai.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you too?
I'm great. You're welcome to Morning Dew.
Thanks for having me.
How are things going for you? How is the club? How is everything?
Everything has been good. We've gone through heaven and hell,
Right.
but it's all to bring the best on board and make sure our members have the best of the club. So we thank God for everything.
Right. I'm happy to hear that everything is good with you, and I wish the club MIO all the best in all their activities. Right.
Thank you.
Without wasting much time, let's just delve straight into today's business. What do you believe is the most important or significant role of media in shaping public opinion today?
So I just remembered a caption I used for the flyer last night.
Right.
The media is seen as something that's just for fun or something you could just use to socialize or use for concern, get to check up on your friends and things. But what most of us don't pay attention to is every single thing, every song we have on issues, it's from the media,
Yeah.
either from the broadcast, the traditional media, or maybe social media, or in newspaper, like, or even books, because the book is a medium. So our thoughts, our stance on issues are all from the media, and people really don't recognize the effect and the effect it has on us. Because I was thinking last night, and I was like, why do Ghanaians? Let me try to be controversial, but why do Ghanaians have an issue against LGBTQ? It's because of how the media projected it. And when we go to the Western world, okay, like number of them support it. It's because of how the media projected it. So that's how much the media can change our minds, our opinions, and everything about the issues. Let me bet you right now, if the media starts publishing things that are positive about LGBTQ, you forget the sense that, oh, we are Africans, and in our society those things are not allowed and all those things, and we get to like support people of that community. So the media has been like very um influencing when it comes to all these issues and the things we think about, the things we have to say, and everything. I actually have a lot to say, but
yeah, that's all right. As students of Unimac IJ, how do you think, or even as students of a university, how do you think that media influences our perspectives on campus issues and events?
Unimac IJ, because we are
Yes, I
like
mean a
into
communicate
media, like
exactly.
that is our thing. So I would say university students today actually most at times use the media negatively, because the normal use of media, Snapchat and stuff. But with UMAC IG students, I have spoken with people and I realized they are taking what they are learning very serious.
Yeah.
They are following politics. Their perception on how politics, economy, and everything going is being shaped by the media, because you having conversations with them, and then someone will mention, oh, in this newspaper this was what I saw, oh, on this show this is what this person said, and I believe in what this person said, because like I align with things, or it's very convincing. So that is how the media. But on the general, when it comes to university across Ghana, I feel the media has been doing great, but they are more aligned to the entertainment side of the media, instead of like getting to follow issues like hard news and all those things.
Right. Can you share specific instances where misinformation has affected students' life or campus activities at Unimac IJ?
we all get this propaganda and a lot of stuff, especially when it's politics season in the school, and people get to tarnish the image of others. So let me also just say this. Monday I was at an event, UNICEF marking in Safer Internet Day, and the current interim president mentioned that during their political
Campaigns and
campaign
yeah.
days and stuff, someone took his phone and asked him, "Oh, Kofi, I would like to use your phone to check my portal because I have an issue with my phone." And what he did, he saved his portal logins. So the person went into his portal, took screenshots of his grades, and the person wanted to use it for propaganda, but
Yeah.
unfortunately for the person, he had all A's and B's and things, so the person couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That is how they could actually use the media to destroy him. Should he have been should he have had C's and the D's and the things, like it would have been
Exactly.
very brutal.
Yeah.
It would have been very brutal. So like that's what I can say about it. It's really somehow, but I think time we start to look at the positive side of the media and how it can influence our life instead of the other side.
Right. When we talk about MIO mainly is to um, give us the skills and the knowledge to be able to identify factual information from misleading information and how to navigate our way through the media. What are some key indicators that students should look for to identify some of these misleading information online?
It's just so simple. And this is why I would advise almost everyone in this school to join MIL. It's not because I'm the president elect, but it's because of what I'm getting from MIL.
Right.
And my perception on issues, they've changed. And I used to be this person who always just takes things on a lighter note. Okay, but today, any information I come by, I try to like be the devil's advocate. That's what I always tell my friends. Any information that you've heard, be the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Don't just take it like that. Start critiquing it. That is when you get to know that okay, this information is right or this information is not like absolute. So it's just so good for students to join MIO because they'll be able to have this kind of skills, knowledge in trying to critique information. It's not just about critiquing the information, asking the 5 W's and the H. Because someone can critique an information, but the person has not yet done justice to what would bring out
The true
the
intent.
truth or the intention behind what the person is passing,
Right.
the information the person is passing. So being part of MIO would equip you with all the skills, the knowledge and everything. We all get to know about this WhatsApp hacking and everything. And one thing we focus on is cyber security, even though we don't necessarily like go inside
In
how
depth.
to be how to be safe on the internet, like the basic ways to be safe, the basic ways to and protect your accounts and your personality and your brand, because we are communication people and our brand is very, very, very serious. Imagine you've been hacked and then people are using your social media pages to do other things. It would really affect like the type of person you are, the brand you are putting out there. So we also focus on those things. And as communicators who are passionate about our brand, perception of people about us or our organization and everything, it's just so good to be part of this club, and you'll be able to know how to manage and live your life on the internet, and you won't even be misled by just any information that comes by.
Right. On that note, I want to know the specific indicators. How do you identify a misleading information online? Let's say on our student WhatsApp platforms, there's an information that has been shared. How do we pinpoint this information and say, look, this is a misleading information. This one is not factual. This is malinformation. This is misinformation. This is disinformation.
Yeah, so youth of today, Gen Zs, are known not to love reading. I know people who loves reading, but the majority of the Gen Zs don't love reading. So one advice I would give to my friends, my colleagues, is just read more. every information even if it's just headline, check other websites, try to read more about it, understand the perspective. You could even take
So
it
one key indicator is headlines. Okay.
and even reading further of
Okay.
reading above just the headline, trying
Okay.
to research. And because you just read this in from this media house or see this in from this person's status, if you decide to go and read more about it, you realize that no, there's another there's a perspective of this issue that seems more convincing or more factual than the one I saw first.
Mm.
So let's just try to read more. Let's just try to research. Let's be analytical. Like, let's be critical about every issue we come by, because if you don't ask questions, how do you know if the information is right? As I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. As far I get the point where a lot of students do not necessarily research, but let's accept the fact that a lot of students don't like reading, they don't like research. But if I come across an information, should you share something with me, and I want to know, I mean, I want to know how true this is. Yes, I have to research,
You have to read.
but what are some of the things I should look at in that information that is coming to me to make me be able to tell that, okay, I'm looking for this to confirm this? Or if it is an image, I'm looking for this about this image to confirm this.
So it doesn't work in a general form as you want it. Like, okay, if you see it, then they'll be like, okay, look at the headline, look at the source, look at the dates. It doesn't really work like that for everything. That is the issue. It doesn't work like that for everything. So so there's this saying that the best tool you have to be able to identify if an information is misleading, misinformation, is your brain.
Okay.
And it's about the being critical about the thing and being critiquing it. That's why I was trying to focus on that. We have these tools that you could use, like the Google reverse image, reverse, then Invid, and all these tools that you could just upload the image, and then the system will bring on board maybe possible images or images that look alike, or maybe that image has been there and a fact-checking organization has written on it, has written on it for you to read more. But the best thing is, without the mobile phone, without your laptop, without the internet, you should be able to like identify that, okay, this thing is, that is why you need to be very critical about it. And with the just using the manual way, you could just look at the lightening of the pictures, images. Just look at the lightening of the pictures. You can't take a picture in this room and then the light is not the same, the lighting is not the same.
Yeah.
Some parts are more brighter
Than
some
the
parts are
other.
more darker. Looking at the images, and you can see like as if they've drawn the images. The angles or the sides of the images are faded and all those things. You could look at all those things. Look at the background. Is the background the same? All those things. When you look at this popular picture they use when it comes to especially image fact checking, Sewa Bruni and then Akufado's picture. When you look at that, you can clearly see that the background for Sewa Bruni's picture is different from that of.
We are even in a time where it's not everybody who is so acquainted with technology to be able to tell that
or even use the technologies to
find out. So you see it and then you can't really tell that this is an edited video, this is a manipulated image or visual. Right. Thank you very much, Espoir. How can students verify the authenticity of news sources, especially when it comes to information impacting UNIMAC? Let's say that we see a lot of flyers, we see a lot of information coming from various groups, especially in those general groups. You see a lot of things flying around. How can we verify the authenticity of news sources on campus?
I think the best thing to do is to reach out to the SRC executives, especially the general secretary, if maybe you've come across an information and then you are not convinced if the information is from the right source. You can also even call
the source, whatever
you could just reach out, especially when it's about the school. You can just reach out to the reception to ask them, okay, I've seen this, is it true? You could try to go to the school's website. I'm referring to the school's website and the school's social media, because anytime I hear of an information, I expect the school to post it on their social media.
Yeah.
The school really doesn't update their websites like that, but the social media, they really don't joke with it. And there is this Telegram account for the school. They put almost every information there. So
Right.
those are my right sources for information. So anytime, even this matriculation that they have tomorrow, when I heard of the matriculation, I went to go and check on the school's social and then the Telegram to confirm that it's there. So you just have to reach out to the SRC executives, especially the organizing secretary or the general secretary, or go a step further to the school's reception, academic affairs, the website, the Facebook, and you'll be able to confirm if those. There are times the information is right, it's true, but the school hadn't posted it yet.
Yes.
They've not yet updated. So maybe the reception can also tell you that she wants to confirm, but the reception will be able to confirm and come back to you and tell you, okay, yes, it's true, it's coming from. Or you can even walk to the office that they're putting inside. If it's come from the dean of students, get in touch with the dean of students secretary, and then she will be able, or she or he will be able to tell you that, okay, the information is right, it's coming from the office and all those things. So we just have to go a step further, just seeing the flyer and accepting it, by trying to ask questions the people who are like, who have the authority, or the authority the thing seems to come from.
Right. What role do you think student media organizations, for instance, we have Radio GIJ, should play in ensuring accurate reporting on campus?
Radio GIJ.
Not necessarily. I'm not limiting it to Radio GIJ Espoir. The word was campus media organizations. It doesn't necessarily. There are individual students who serve as source of information. Yes, they have their own sort of setup thingy. I just cited an Radio GIJ, so you have like a fair idea of what I'm talking about.
Yes. So what role they can play to ensure the circulation of factual and accurate information?
Yes.
Yes. So I mentioned Radio GIJ because Radio GIJ is like the biggest media on campus.
Okay.
And Radio GIJ is like role model to these individuals that you mentioned, that they are source of information, or they have their private media stuff that they are doing. So me mentioning Radio GIJ is not to be controversial or maybe to limit it to Radio GIJ. But Radio GIJ is like the biggest media house or media organization on campus. So that's why. So don't get me wrong.
All right.
I think the best thing is Radio GIJ needs to build this brand or image in the minds of the students, that what they are doing, they know the work and they are in for the students, but not just doing it because, okay, we are the biggest media house, we need to circulate. There used to be a time Radio GIJ was named a flyer radio station, because, and most of the time they circulate flyers when the information seems to be negative.
Yeah.
But when the information is like positive, we don't really see. And then even if they do the flyer, it doesn't go far. Like it
no, but
go
do you
far.
realize that not just students, but people
negative information,
yes,
negative information sells. So this is why Radio GIJ needs to set the pace, that it's not just the negative information, but the right information. And also, I think having sessions like this would be able to groom the individuals who have these media houses or a source of information, to know how to fact check information. So it would be fine if Radio GIJ coin a program on just fact checking MIL, to be able to equip, because it's also an opportunity to build the upcoming individuals in the media space to be able to be factual and everything. So I say this is a good opportunity for us to be able to also tell them what is right. So I would give it to GIJ for bringing us on board, for bringing MIL on board today to educate the students on the best practices to fact check information and everything.
Right. In what ways can university courses contribute to enhancing media literacy among students?
I would say the best thing is to introduce courses in MIL, and I kudos to in my GIJ, because when MIL came up first, when the club came up first, we didn't have any course on MIL. But currently we have courses on MIL, and we had actually had this course, uh, information research gathering, or so something like
Yeah,
that.
info gathering. I was a course
Info
rep.
gathering and research.
Yes, info
And
gathering
then
and
there
research.
is this topic on MIL, but it's just a one-time lecture thing. It's just a
One
topic.
slide, actually.
It's just a one-time lecture thing. So just when we got to level 200 or so 300, they introduced a whole course that is teaching MIL, and I think this is a good initiative. And it's also, I was telling someone last 2 days that law is something, it should be made a core subject,
Mm.
because law cuts across every industry, every corner. And if it's made a core subject, everyone have an idea of how to appreciate the law, how the law works.
Yeah.
And it's also applied to MIL. Everyone is on the media. Every organization, every industry depends on the media to put across their services, their products, and everything. Everyone consumes the media. So if MIL can be made a core subject, it will be good. It will equip the students, bring them up. So by the time you grow up, how we were growing up, we got to know about the history of Ghana and all those things. We got to know 1 + 1 is equals to this Pythagoras theorem and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
When people grow up with these skills, the rampant nature of this information, disinformation, misinformation, even scamming and everything would reduce, because the kids are being groomed to, they are groomed with the skills, the knowledge to be able to live in the society where people will not be able to take advantage of them. So I think it's a good thing for GES or GTech to be able to bring up courses,
Mm.
subjects. So we will build up students and make sure we live in a society where you can be on the internet and still feel safe.
Right. How can students collaborate to create a more informed community that actively counters misinformation?
ML is always open for collaborations, and we've had collaborations with these giant industry organizations like Dubawa,
Mm.
Pen Plus Byte,
Yeah.
and other organizations. So ML is always open for collaborations. Radio Church can even come and collaborate with MIL, have the program maybe
Yeah.
once a week, or even train their members, or even open up training for students, general students. So it's just good. I have this friend Oko who does staff MIL,
Mm.
and he collaborates with the club to be able to get the information outside school. The last time we
Yes.
had to go to during the election, we had to go to Jamestown to go
Yeah.
and like train the
I
students
see
first time
those activities from time
yes,
to time.
yes. So students can just reach out to MI or reach out to any of the executives, and we will pick it up from there. We don't make the system very formal. You need to send in a letter, but you could speak to us. We agree on everything. The letter will just be like a formality. We've already agreed on the thing, planned everything. The letter is just a formality. So we are open. You just reach out. We get easy collaborations with us, and we'll be able to create or build a society where everyone is safe.
Right. Reach out to MIL. They are open for collaborations. We just need to ensure that whatever information that is circulating around is accurate and not misleading. What practical steps, Mr. Medome, what practical steps can students take to become responsible media consumers in our daily lives?
Practical steps.
Yes.
Just be a responsible digital citizen.
Mm.
Don't see an information online and you feel like, oh, this information is very spicy,
Mm.
it's very interesting, so let me share it. You just need to do your research, think about it. There is a law in Ghana's cybersecurity um, bill act that fines or even jails people who share those information. So you can go to prison for, I think, about a year or two, or pay a fine of 25,000 Ghana cedis. You are not the source of the information. You just saw the information and you shared it. So the best thing I would say is, let's just not be sharing information. Let's try to fact check those informations before we share. Those are the basic steps you should take to be able to curb those things. Don't be the one to spill the info or say, oh, I've gotten a scoop, a popular word in media,
Yeah.
where you want to be the first person to break the news.
Yeah.
So you get more traffic on your website or on your social media to sell, to make more money. So don't focus on that. Focus on the impact, the social impact, the story or that information would provide, instead of being the one that's splitting the news or being on top of people's minds that you are the one who brought up this information.
Right. Now let's focus more on the students. How can we? Okay, let's say MIL. We know that MIL Club, Unimac MIL Club, is known for um, sensitizing or creating awareness about the need for media and information literacy. How can students now? How can we incorporate these things into students to make them use their platforms such as social media or even campus publications to advocate for accurate information? I mean, now it's not just limited to MIL as member. Yes,
but
we are extending it to the entire student bodies.
so it's good to extend it to the entire students body, but I would also advise that the students join the club, because the depth of knowledge and skill you get from the club also it's needed for the advocacy. You can't go for an advocacy without having right
Training.
information.
Right.
So you can be a student, okay, when we are sharing flyers, you add up to, like, you share flyers with us. When we are sharing fact sheets, you share it with us. But what if someone comments on that flyer or that fact sheet and asks you a question? How would you be able to answer? So it's just good to be part of the club, but also as an ordinary student who
is reading communication.
Reading communication, you want to help us with advocacy and everything. I think you should just try to read a bit. So before you put an information out there, you'll be able to you know about 70% of the information regarding that thing you're putting out. So when someone reach out to you, you'll be able to answer. And it's never bad that when someone reach out to you, be, oh, please, this angle you are taking this thing to, I didn't think of it. So just give me time. Let me read. Let me research. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
It's not bad to do that. It's just that, okay, you are willing to learn, because no one is perfect.
Yeah.
I may be the president-elect about to be sworn in or handed over in few hours, but I'm not, like, I don't have every information.
Yeah.
Regarding MIL. So it's not bad to be able to say, okay, let me read further. We are all learning, so yes.
Mr. Madam, I was just going to come to that. Miss Rosalind from Dubawa once stated that she asked a question during one of the training sessions. She asked if it was possible, or if you think, in fact, she made it personal. So the question was, do you think that you are an MIL, you are 100% MIL media information literate, which is, could you at any point see yourself and say, okay, I am 100% media information literate? And now I want to ask you that same question. Do you believe, or do you see yourself, or do you see anybody who can stand out there and say that to this point that I've gotten to, I am 100% media information literate?
No one is perfect. And 100 is perfect. 100% is perfect. So if no one is perfect and 100% is perfect, I will never get to the stage where I say I know everything.
Right.
Even Miss Rosalina would tell you she's still learning. And mind you, those are like big names in the fact-checking industry, media advocacy industry. Like, those are big names, and they will tell you they are still learning. The world is evolving. Last 3, 4, 5 years, we don't have deepfake, but right now we have deepfake. where they can use your picture, your voice, the mouth is opening,
Yeah.
like you are saying the word, everything.
Even
And
Snap has some templates that does that.
even if you see it, you'll be very convinced that yes, that is me, that is my voice, that is me saying it. But you know you are not the
Didn't
one.
say that.
So there's no one on this earth that would say that they are perfect, they know everything. The world is evolving, and the media space is really evolving. Even AI that can help us do a lot of works. Sometimes you can ask AI will tell you that I'm not yet engineered in that area. So there's no one that can like just say that I'm perfect. So I'm not perfect. I'm very sure right now I'm not even up to 50%.
Right, right. What impact do you think misinformation has on students' activities on campus?
We get information to make decisions, and those decisions inform our actions.
Mm.
So if you are open, or maybe you've been exposed to an information that is not true,
Yeah.
it impacts your action, and that affects everything. So let me cite an example. Let's say there's supposed to be an event, and then in the morning someone reach out to you that, oh, the event is not coming up and stuff.
Yeah.
And the information gets to lots of stuff, a lot of people, and then at the time of the event, people come and the hall is empty.
Mm.
It's not just about you not being able to go, but the knowledge you get from that event too. You've lost it, like you've missed it.
Yeah.
So information is what informs every single decision we take. So if you are open, or you are exposed to an information that is not right, it means all the decisions you take will be wrong.
Mm.
All the actions you take will be wrong.
Mm.
So it's just good to have the right information so that you'll be able to make the right decisions and take the right actions.
Mm. On just a follow up on that, how can peer to peer communication help in spreading reliable information among students?
Peer to peer, it's somehow because maybe your peer is not
Knowledgeable enough.
MIL literate, or the person is just like you.
Okay.
So if we are reaching out to, if we want to focus on peer to peer, I think let's take it from this angle. We have schools that have peer counselors.
Mm.
So we could actually have maybe part of the MIL club, or maybe part of the school's things, to have people who are knowledgeable in the MIL field, maybe have a department or a unit for them, where anytime you need an information or something, you reach out to them. Those people are knowledgeable, they have
Yeah.
like they know what MR is about. By just limiting it to just ordinary peer to peer, where I can just move to any mate of mine or any colleague of mine, and oh, I've heard this information, what do you think about it? What if that person never even heard of it
Heard
before?
about it. Mm.
Yes. So just opening to ordinary people about peer to peer, I wouldn't advise. So if you want to speak to someone who, like, you want a real information, factual information, or an information that would help you make decisions, you should reach out to someone who is an MIL member, not just an MIL member, because we have people who are just members, but they don't really involve themselves. So someone who is an active MIL member, involves himself or herself in activities, attend the sessions, the trainings, and everything. That would be better than just normal peer to peer.
Mm. And are there specific resources or tools that you would recommend for students to fact check information before sharing? I think we didn't get to that point.
Okay, I would say resources and tools. It's just good to make the websites for these notable media organizations your friend. Let me say Ghana, My Joy Online, City News, Three News Online, and all those people. BBC, GBConline.com. Even Dubawe's websites, MFWA's websites, all these fact-checking organizations. Just make their websites your friend. When you get the information, just go and check there. Those people, like, the moment the information is out, they've gotten it already. And Dubawa even have this chat box, an AI
Chatbots.
chat box, that bots, yeah, chat bots
Mm.
that you could even report issues and then they'll factor the information. So if you go around there, you like survey the media online platforms and you didn't get those information, you can just report it to Dubawa. They will work on it and then you get the response. So yes, that's what I can say. Just make this website your friend, and then you'll be able to live in peace.
What role do you see student leaders playing a role in promoting media literacy, and what role do you see them playing in combating media literacy and combating misinformation on campus?
Student leaders, and I would say MIO came out because it was a student leader who had the vision. Osman, the
External
Affairs
former.
Commissioner, last 2 years, he had the vision and he's been able to make it something that we are all benefiting from. So yeah, there are students, and Makoitu was the former SRC president, was an MIO advocate. Like, he goes for lots of the trainings, he's very active in the area, and so we have student leaders are trying, but there's still room for improvement. I think if
currently
they could even try to maybe MIO week, something like these initiatives, it will be fine. It's just individuals who are trying to help and assist the students in this field. I think if the SRC as a whole body can come up with initiatives, because they are having this Aquaba week next week. I bet you if they release the outline for the Aquaba week, you never see anything MIO. Yes, it's never been there.
So it means it won't be there.
Yes, it's
but
the
no,
trend.
Look at this. Just look. Let's analyze this. The current interim committee
we have
members elect. Yes,
we have advocates.
Quite a good number of them are advocates for MI. In fact, they are part of MIO. So what shows that is also a point where Unimac MIO Club, I mean, as a body on its own, can say, look, you are now the SRC. What's the way forward? Yes, how do we collaborate?
Yes, I agree to that. But I bet you there won't be anything MIO.
But have you suggested it to them?
Because as at yesterday, I never knew that they had even assumed office the day before yesterday.
Which means it still boils down to information about information coming from management and both the student leaders.
Because yesterday around 5 p.m. that's when I got to know they had assumed office the day before. Because just few minutes before I got to know, I was talking with someone. The person said, "Oh, so what are your interims doing?" I was like, but they've not yet been inaugurated, so we don't expect them to do anything. Then I just got down from the stairs, going out, and I met some of the executives, and I heard them saying my office, my key. I was like, wait, have you guys started work? And he said they assumed office the previous day. I was like, we don't know. There was no inauguration. And then yesterday in the evening, the Aquaba Week program, this flyer came out. So this is like, the system didn't even give us the opportunity to even send proposal or try to say, okay, we have MI, right? So let's try and do. But I think by next semester, when they're having the SRC week, we could try to pull something out.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing on that. How can students engage with local media to ensure that their voices and concerns are heard?
Engaging with the local media, for my experience so far, it's so easy to get access to the media houses. But the media houses also have their ideologies and things they are pushing.
Yes.
So if what you are sending is like doesn't sync with their ideology, you will not. But I just relationships work a lot. So maybe you know someone who knows someone there, or you can just walk in. Most of the people in, like, most owners and workers are the like local media. They just want to, like, they want to feel that you are serious about the thing. So it's your posture, everything that. But there's no way I can say that, okay, it's so easy. You can just walk in and you'll be able to get access. You'll be allowed to do this. No, 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 no. Because they have the ideologies. You just have to sync with the ideology, and you have to just use relationship. Right now, the system there is who knows you best. We used to say who you know, and it got to who knows you. Now it's who knows you best. So yeah, that's it. But just try, make an effort. That is it. You may not know it would work, so just make an effort. You can't sit in your room and say it won't work. So
Right.
just make an effort.
That just brought the conversation around influencers and I mean what they do. How do you think that the rise of influencer culture affects the way students perceive news and information? I mean, it's looking like this is the era where influencers have become more of a channel.
Yes, like they
Yes.
are thought leaders when it comes to
Yes.
like pushing information around.
So how do you think that the rise of this influencer culture affects the way students perceive news and information?
They feel news is handy. They feel it's out there.
Who feel, the influencers or the
No, the
students?
students.
Okay.
Because you can be talking about something and someone will go to X and go and check Jai Jimmy's page. What's his real name?
Who?
Jai Jimmy. This he even completed his school. Oh, why have I forgotten his real name? They will go and check his page. So I think the influencer thing is more in the entertainment industry as compared to the others. So I would also maybe, if we are referring to this public figures in the MIL area, yes, you could. They educate a lot. They educate a lot. But if we are trying to say influencer, it's mostly for this entertainment. So I would rather say they should rather lean on to, when it comes to MIL fact checking, they should rather lean on to public figures, those who are doing works in the MIL field. Let me say, this guy, FO, EKM, Theophilus Bio. Oh no, not Bio. Abio, so FO. He's known as FO Kokumauto.
Yeah.
So yes, these people, they are like public figures, like facilitators, Osman. They write a lot on these things. So these people are people you should rather be like checking their pages and everything, not like these Jaijimis, Nick Anyami, and there is those people. They are more into the entertainment industry. So yeah.
All right. We'll be wrapping up shortly, but before then, when you come to Unimac IJ, there's a course we offer called Critical Thinking. What role does critical thinking play in helping students navigate the media landscape?
The best tool you have to fact checking is your mind, your brain.
Like you said.
Like I mentioned, critical thinking trains you to ask questions. It trains you not to pick up information, act on it, on just like that. You need to think about it. Try to consider if like things sink. So they say Ama is a Ghanaian. Ama, oh God. So let's say Ama is from Accra. Therefore, Ama is a Ghanaian. It sink. Yes, she's from Accra. Accra is located in Ghana. But if we say Ama is a Ghanaian, therefore Ama is from Accra, don't we have other places in Accra, in Ghana? We have Atiavi, my hometown. We have Nyankpala. We have Hohoi. We have different places. So it trains you on how to use like patterns, how to use patterns to arrive at a decision or to arrive at a convincing point that okay, this is the truth. So it's actually very good. I think I should have actually mentioned it when you asked about inculcate MIL in our education system to be able to make sure, because it also helps a lot. It builds your thinking pattern. It builds like that okay, things you need to move from A to B, not from A to C or not from C to this. Yeah, so it's also helping a lot in preparing people psychologically.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Espoir Amedome, for sharing these indelible information with us. Before we wrap up, I'd just like you to share your last words with us.
So it's a good opportunity that you've given, like you asked us to come. I'm not here because I'm Espoir, but I'm here because of MIL. And we are grateful for bringing us on board, and then for us to educate the student populace and your listeners on MIL, how important MIL is to the students and the youth at large. My last words, just think before you share. That's a very popular saying when it comes to MIL. Think before you share. And don't just click. Just read further. Read further. And I would also say today we're having our handing over, and everyone is invited to come. It's at D1 at the old campus, Ringway campus of GIJ.
Right.
Yes, just here. So everyone can come. It's at 2 p.m. You can come, have a look at the new executives, and try to build relationships with them.
Where on the Ringway campus?
D1 on the D floor.
Okay.
Yes, try to get to know the executives, build relationships with them so that you can easily get collaborations. See, this life works in you don't need to always start officially. Talk to someone behind the scene.
Yeah.
Just get to lobby the person. Agree on something. Just send in a letter as a formality. So if you don't know them, how would you do that? So just try to build relationship. Come around. We have like great plans for the club and for the student body at large. And I would also advise every student to be part. So let me just chip in this. When the students came, when the level 100s came, we went there to go and like win souls for MIL. So one thing I told them was, you are a journalism student, you are a PR student, you are doing PR marketing, you are doing development communication. All these things revolve around communication, and information is like the basic thing you need to do your work. The media is the basic platform you need to put your information across. So you don't have to say, oh, I'm doing PR there. We will be speaking, we will be PROs, and we'll be spokespeople and all those things. We only focus on building organizational image, perceptions of the. You need the information. Every information you use, you need to fact check the information to be sure that this information is right, this information is not right before you put it across. So the moment you are in the communication fraternity, your basic skill you need to be able to excel is to be a media literate. Know how to fact check information, because if you put you're a communicator. If you put the information out there, it affects your brand, affects your company and everything, and it goes very far. So my last word is, take MIL very serious. Join MIL, build yourself, get the skills, get the knowledge, and you would excel as a professional.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Espoir Amedome. Build yourself, get the information, and you'll be able to excel. This discussion has been on the role of media in combating and identifying misinformation on campus, and that was the president-elect for the Media and Unimac IJ Media and Information Literacy Club. Thank you very much, Mr. Espoir, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Friday, Japolo, all night, Saturday night, our club. Yali, Martin, Seaman, Shock, and the Google Cap. I the shape in our the Bible, bed, go for say, Yala, so they snap in the bed. The gas in our do chapel, walk when, Gaboshe, one house on a club, one bed. Tinyame, summer pan, a yellow sumia, Missa Unia, they be Sawaso, Yame, summer pan, a yellow sumia, but Jehovah full of body. Nyame summa pa na yellow sumia. Let yellow be the kunda plastic. Nyame summa pa na yellow sumia. Shasuma miya iluku na genetan. Mesate muda pa. Ada nyame baba physical. Sawa nkwansi da pada. Asha na heaven wenye nipa. Kwaso no kwalo no wawoso. Waso into mo wanka. Sika sami ni tichapuli. Here into mo wamba. Otumu wambu. Put on the things fall apart. I can't was anointed men touch. Chapuli was school sipa. Na Nansu me messy with you before one bobby. Until you jam so my pan, I yell to me. I be so unia, they be so so jam so my pan, I yell to me. Why me junk and as I am a bully? Until jam so my pan, I yell to me. I unia from when you move and jam so my pan, I yell to me. No member whether with that should be tasty. I say, come on, so for you. Also, ya Balkan Muslim on the Bibi, I'm coffee, what the other one, share. A Christian, a Muslim, a careful, a soft, a comfort, Bassa, that has a proye, but no share swan, MP Kumupani in Sutra, maybe I saw a bad man, the minty lecturer, pardon you, dance, I'm more pass mark. For money, we go share blood, Yame Bayer, or I tell you to, and fast, into fast life, fast cars, fast trap pots, check service, what name is Snapchat boss. That's a first now a church, or no mama.
Right, and so we just ended the discussion for today. And of course, the topic for today was the role of the media combating misinformation and identifying it within our campus space. Before we wrap up, I mean, it's almost time before we wrap up the show. This is a birthday wish coming to Ni Omanye Abluma Lamte. This is coming from your uncle, Shadudu uncle. He says, a glorious birthday to you. May the Lord bless and keep you. May he cause his countenance to shine upon you, son. You are blessed beyond measure and ensure the blissfulness that comes with today. Stay safe. And this is coming from Nathaniel Ni Amo Otu, wishing his son a happy and a blessed birthday. Once again, this has been the Morning Dew, the most authoritative campus radio show coming your way each and every weekday from 6:45 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. On this show, we come your way with some weather updates, some health tidbits, sports and business updates, of course, the newspaper review, and the most anticipated session, the discussion, which comes with prominent and intellectual people to share knowledge with us. My name has been and will always be Rosalinda Nakai Ajite. You can call me Nakai, and I've been your host for today. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Up next will be the Mid-Morning Cafe with Ibrahim Samba Salma. She'll be giving us some cool updates for today. Do stay tuned for the rest of our show. And this is still Radio GIJ 97.7 megahertz. Thank you all for staying tuned.
You're listening to Radio GIJ 97.7 megahertz in the learning curve.
Life I did last somebody. Business trust giving on to my die hobby. They be an ability time in the white man or margin. I'm out full of my life. That's the other my man. Life in this is
promoting communication. Excellence is what GIJ does best. Promoting communication. Excellence is what GIJ does best. If you wanna be an advertiser, it's GIJ. If you wanna be a PR practitioner, it's GIJ. If you wanna be a journalist, come on now, it's GIJ. G for Ghana, I for Institute, J for journalism. Put together you have GIJ. Put together you have GIJ. Ghana Institute of Journalism. Don't forget it's GIJ. Let me hear your voice if you love GIJ. Let me hear you shout if you love GIJ. Come on, let's show GIJ. Everyone is screaming GIJ. 10 to the north, 10 to the south, 10 to east and west, GIJ. It's GIJ.
Life I the most I want from my mammy do could room. You will, Bemensu, now so much as you show man, no I didn't sue. We are see you soon, or Brana bomb Sakura, that boy I too. Life in your clear, life I play, life I there, my you better play. I'm a da one semi emi neighbor. I want semi emi neighbor. I want semi emi neighbor. Feel it, I want semi emi neighbor. I want semi emi neighbor. I want semi emi neighbor. Papa, Mashishema, Namenya bibi ni besia, Mamenya niya, Amame demakumenya, Mama no, maybe I made me moon, 2 months and a moon cobiemo, Mepena. Ami baby, I made me moon 2 months and me chill moon cobiemo, Mepena, Kana me amao. Odonu kwa fupi nsase Mosi mamoda unu kwa fupi nsaso Efipo wase mbade Akukubili na wuka senti wase mbado Baby I made you moon 2 months and mechili na munkobio Naka selo wansase Ami baby I made you moon 2 months and mechili munkobio mo Mepe ina kana me yamao.
You're listening to Radio GIJ, 97.7 megahertz, the learning curve.
In your book, you do love kitchen. Mafia with pepper soup and you love chicken. In your book, you do love kitchen. I mean, mafia with pepper soup and you love chicken. Until for ya get for you fancy nadi. A chichomo, a tochen, I'm gonna say, most of my so me more. Boy, romantic, other woody not move. Okay, you romantic. Me who that group boy, I'm a me, you know your nonsense. Would you me to the room, say the facts? Yeah. Other no coffee beans, sassy. Most of my mother no coffee beans, sasso. If people was in body, I could build a book, I said it was in body. But baby, I made you. 2 months and Mitchell in a munkobio. Maka still one sassy. I mean, baby, I made 3 moon 2 months and Mitchell munkobio. Mepina, Kaname Yamao.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and today is 13 February 2025. Time check exactly 3 minutes after 9.
Moasembiko ba nyening na malabaka. Yabanana milike bisa wani nyana waneba. Simple obido wa edonbi. Odo wa edonbi. Obido wa edonbi. Odo wa edonbi. Amina midi mida muso sheshe mofa. Oya this, oya that, no nyana minti bida. Macheche ma, still wantasi.
to the Mid-Morning Coffee Show, right here on Radio GIJ 97.7 megahertz. And I, your beautiful host, my name is Salva Ibrahim Bamba. I'm very, very excited to come your way today with some good music and some juicy and trending updates.
Very romantic, but propose the rain. I met it, yes, I do. Track train, oh, yeah, zone two. One power disco, one fancy, I don't go na track four. Diana gospel, where the reception was some more chapel na track five. Adult music, jiggy story, different story, family story.
So, if you're not getting ready to start your day or behind your desk at the office, please relax for me. Relax and soak in the good music I'm coming your way alongside some trendy and juicy updates.
I can feel the love in the air, the flower gem there. Back in the shaky heavy, say me winning in Nabi, so I want to pair. Mamma me check with dread. I don't know why the joking the cocaine. The Kuba Mamba Zimbi the profane.
I'll also come your way with the quote of the day. You know, I really love you so much, so I make it my duty to at least inspire you each and every blessed day on this show, Mid-Morning Coffee.
I'll catch a grenade, I'll catch a bouquet for you.
And as always, please do not forget to start your day with a smile.
Do anything for you.
Keep your head high. Stay hydrated and mind your business. I know you can hear from my voice and how giddy I am that I'm bringing you exciting and juicy update today. Today, this show is power packed and coming your way with juicy updates. If you can remember, I was telling you that John Mahama, the president, was all talk and no show. But he has done a fast one on us. I wasn't expecting this, and I know you were not also expecting it. Please relax. As always, relax and soak in the trending and juicy updates I'm coming your way. This is the mid-morning coffee show right here on Radio GIJ 97.7 megahertz. So to our first update, to my first and very update. My first and very update, the former finance minister and the cousin of the former president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is wanted. No, hold on, let me come again. The former finance minister, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, is wanted. I know you're asking yourself, why is this girl so petty? Yes, I am that petty. Yes, he is the cousin of the former president, John. Oh, sorry, did I say John Dramani? No, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He is the cousin of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And he is wanted. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, Mr. Kisi Ajaben, has given the former finance minister 2 ultimatums to either avail himself or they will force him to avail himself. Interesting times ahead. Beautiful, such a time to be alive.
Watch your shop, so the boom we see. I'm bent down, to be the gate. Of Yabo, and the Mendanta, and the Mefia. Watch your shop, so the boom we see. I'm bent down, to be the gate. Of Yabo, Madama.
And that is the updates coming in from the Office of the Special Prosecutor. To our next update. The president is really making me have butterflies in my belly. What? Such a president. In fact, I now believe in the reset. I am sorry for saying that he's all talk and no show. So to our next update. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has placed a temporary ban on the regional rotational Independence Day celebration in a bid to cut out irrelevant government expenditure. This year's celebration will be characterized by a modest event at the Jubilee House. And this was by the spokesperson of the President, Honorable Felix Ofosukwache. If you ask me, I believe that this is a very, very good initiative by the president. Because over the past years, we've done Independence Day celebration, and if you ask me, it's a waste of money. People are landing under trees. People are sick, and when they go to the hospital, they don't get beds to sleep on. I mean, look at people suffering with kidney problems, dialysis issues. There are a lot of pressing issues that needs our money. That our money needs to go into. Not Independence Day celebrations. We are not saying that Independence celebrations is not important. It is important, but we have more important pressing issues that we need to take care of. So with this, I would say this is a very good move by the president. And that is that coming from the camp of the spokesperson of the president, John Dramani Mahama. Told you today I'm bringing you a power-packed show. I'm bringing you back-to-back update. Now to our next update. President John Dramani Mahama has instructed the National Investigations Bureau to promptly investigate the National Service Authority's operation under the previous administration. Now, this directive comes after the discovery of approximately 81,885 suspected ghost names on the authority's payroll. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And the original people who are actually doing the national services are not being paid.
My bestie looking sexy, but I don't wanna sing. Yeah, temptations all around me. You tryna get me in, yeah.
You're listening to Radio GIJ 97.7
Can you imagine? And the real people having the scheme, the national service scheme, are not being paid. Some has gone to the point where they've not received about 7 months' salaries or allowances of the national service scheme. And there are 81,885 ghost names. Imagine, multiply these numbers by 8 years. Where are these monies going to? It is going into whose pocket actually? This is the question everybody wants to know. Me, I want to know. The ordinary Ghanaian want to know. Such a beautiful time to be alive. Such a beautiful time to be alive. This is a fast one. When me, I never expected this. I quite remember the Fourth Estate did an expose about these national service issues, and when they were about to release it, the former administration put some sort of injunction on their expose and said they won't allow it to be aired. I guess we all now know why. I guess we all now know why they were not allowed to air their expose. To our next update, the president has fired the director of the non-existent catapult. The non-existent catapult. I am imagining how you are behaving right now. In my mind, I know you've opened your mouth wide, saying A. I beg, say A again for me. Non-existent catapult. And come to think of it, this person has been paid for 8 months. What exactly was he taking the salary for? When I came across this update, what surprises me the most is not about the salary this man was taking, but the allowance he will enjoy, including the salary, for 8 years without doing nothing.
Shake body, break it for me. Shake for me, make us spray my money. Take money, mommy, rob me, yo. My mommy too short, so I'm on your heart, only Jesus know. Into your fame, I'm in the lotto. Life too short, I don't wanna live here. I hear in heaven there is no beer. When my people are so with a chair. Herba freak mixed with mandingo. She says she wants to see my gringo. Oba want my money, my sauce a lipo. That's for me, baby, what's up for me?
Now to our next and last update of the day. Me, I am a good person, so I don't want to bring you one-sided heat of argument. You know that all these updates send heat to the camp of the NPP. Now, with a strong comeback, that leads us to the next update. The New Patriotic Party is calling on its members for an emergency meeting at their party headquarters 2 p.m. today at the Asylum Down. I can't wait to bring you the updates on what is going down, what will go down on this under this meeting.
Dance for me, baby, what's up for me? Ubu wadi ekutu for me, Vanya fever ti popo for me. Dance for me, baby, what's up for me? Ubu wadi ekutu for me, Vanya fever ti popo for me.
If you just tuned in, you're still listening to the Mid-Morning Coffee Show right here on Radio GIJ 97.7 megahertz. On this show, I make it my duty to make your morning a very calm and relaxing one. With some good music alongside trending updates in Ghana and around the world.
I do suffer, but you know the border. I'm feeling so thirsty, all for your love. My baby, come and pour me some water. Other you woman, I know they need nobody. You won't cry. Please, I will cry.
And I, your beautiful host, the nice and soothing voice you're hearing through your radio. My name is Salma Ibrahim Bamba.
Hey, feel no watch it. Hey, what be me when you marry? Hey, I go with you to me, man, if I from. I said that they will home at it. Say, I'm born in my yard. Watch I'm in a family, sir. Girl, I hope you got my letter. Yeah, no, bra. The brand, I'm a feel.
I know you need some time to digest the information I brought to you. to digest the heavy and juicy updates I've come your way today with. So I will go on a short musical break, and when I come back, I'll bring you the quote of the day.
Download exclusives from hitsgh.com.
About damn what?
Question about open so I think I'm Muhammad.
Apostle get yeah. Wow. Kaula. Hey. What happened? Sit. Mera. Hey. Enemy. Sit. My bank account the preg. My branches all the beg. House master they come, you still the bed. Memper more some nobody say I know the pet. What we did? Remember?
GhanaMotion.com.
Edin winning mumbo. The real for me dean. Edin winning munto. Bema say Yamua, Mido, Yami, Yabe, Kwashe, Masako, no get exits, my own, no be, Kate, Kwashe. I got 6 bathrooms for house, try piss me off and see. I don't go your size, name it, my closest self get tasty. If you're to go, Joe and see. Again, what the ING, but yeah, then follow the footsteps. There it's a cow, Joe and see. I say, Yabo, you need a hoe. I say, Yabo, you need to slow. I say, Yabo, 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 drip, 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 yeah, drip, 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 yeah. And then come about them, a flagging choir. This is a braces for you, be 2 years free. I quarry pa. Yeah, every boss, my sharing coat, Gavin on his silver, every hard margin. At the entire girl is out, I see for you be nasty. See, I know they like that. Make more cash with it. Take no blacks. Hey, blah, I bet what's your prana or you do it fake, go slacks. Drip, 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 drip. Brim, rip, whip, whip, whip. Hey, no be soft drinks. Yeah, mix it, sip, 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 sip. I say, yeah, boy, you need a hoe. I say, yeah, boy, you need to slow. I say, yabo, 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 drip, 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 yeah, drip, drip, drip.
When you beside me drop, from me sick I'm who trap. My life a movie jack, me te sabo so can me who parts. I don't know what you say. Would it be beyond so mundi mulane? Obi the bar, na mu prim say. Unti many are musumu bene. Okay, so see I know I'm constipated. Until bedding. I know that I'm mostly debated. I feel the book way. We feel a young chair moniaco. And damn no ya born ya yammo. And then I'm a patch. More person will compare American Idol to mentor.
I say, yabo, you need a hoe. I say, yabo, you need to slow. I say, yabo, 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 drip, 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 drip.
It's creamy. Watch out.
Highly spiritual.
Before the party go end, make you go tell a friend. We go mania, we go scatter, and the whole place go bend. If you no get money, go home. All my fine girls won't go low. Chem, how you sure say you they hold? But when they know if you know you broke. Up in the party, I do every day. My friends, they call me Jawule. Jawule, Jawule, So when you see me on a Friday night, party, and then party, 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 see we want to, see we want to, and then party, party, party,
Taban say me girl, so me she inside. Yeah, with the coffee and I may back, so we're friends, I say my fat, I may stop. Party, I say, I don't pay the way. Boss, who are madam, don't go away. This is food. Goes anyway, may I find out me do fear pet, this is go away. Sakina too, my send the location, well, go by ya for the Jamila too. The clanning in our way, size, here free half party, no good. Your pet talk on the moon, go the game. Move on, eh? Fanny up here. When I enter a fight in LA, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay. See, we want to. See, we want to. In LA, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay. See, we want to. See, we want to. I get plenty money, yo. Already sort out mommy, yo. I go the parties with the money. I go carry if I make me outside. When we pull up, no sense. Come make me party. If you no get money, money, oh my money. All the bills on me. Party, me, I want to play. I want to party, 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 party. See, we want to. See, we want to. Party, 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 party. See, we want to. See, we want to. Before the party go red, make you go tell a friend. Go low, go low, go low, go low. Party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay. See, we want to. In LA, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay, party bay. See, we want to. See, we want to.
I see. You guys can hear what's all for it too. Life is too short, I know if you waste time. Oh. Where they up at this, why on not they sleep, make you wake up. Oh. Who they call me if you know the party, call me later. Oh. If your girlfriend no go, call your side chick, it makes a link on go. As I'm on a Samanti buffet, and I will coach your cake. Fine, guess, yeah, what she say, yeah. On your champagne, you'll go away. Man can't jam crime and pay. Yeah, le party, in the GIJ. I'm a Mayalan, I'm an emptem. On the bottom, 2:30 in a move. Yes, a Mayalan, I'm an emptem. Bialek, 247. I'm a Mayalan, I'm an emptem. Party after party, Mayalan, I'm an emptem. We move, all move.
Enjoy your life because problem is not the finish. Leave me make I chop life, I no speaker for English. Brother, I know lazy. I work hard for this life. So I go chop on like party jollof, eh. Me and me mademoiselle, like Obama and Michelle. We go they do very well. We go they chop on well. Champagne is just for the pain. I'm about to make it train. Give enemies skin pain. I wanna do this again. As you can see, everything pep. No
be like, sweetie, sweetie, yeah, fun and fair, I tell you. Oh, your baby, oh, la mucha, Kofi Kinata, Pato Rankin and Sissy.
I'm a Mayala, I'm a Dentam. On the bottom of the 230 in a move, as a Mayala, I'm a Dentamo. Biala, you 247. I'm a Mayala, I'm a Dentam. Party after party, Mayala, I'm a Dentamo. We move, all move, some mind you are nobody. Who come enjoy my life for me? Baby, come and shake body. My party money or no money. Mammy, you are nobody. Who come enjoy my life for me? Baby, come and shake body. My party money or no money. Any day, it's Mama Mindibiana. I'll catch up. What's that? Mama Mindibiana. Osha free Jimo. No, so Mama Muno Mana. Ah, so not Jenny, you. Benjamin Kabu, I'm a Mayala, I'm a Dentam. On the bottom of the 230 in a move, as a Mayala, I'm a Dentamo. Biala, you 247. I'm a Mayala, I'm a Dentam. Party after party, Mayala, I'm a Dentamo. We move, all move. You would have one man, Mamma Shay. You would have one man, Sabu, Mamma Shay. I bless that very day you came my way. Take you from me, baby girl, I'm here to stay. The lonely days are over. I can't wait to make you my girl. Come lean on my shoulder, baby. I want to tell you your mama say, when she go mention if I go pay, I dey assure your papa and girl be safe. If you say I do, my money go be your money. Now my body to go be your body. My money go be your money. Now my body to go be your body. Our story go be super story. Dabalo. Let me just say that thing, that photo model. Baby, kill me softly. Asamo. For what's up for woman, or somebody respect, you know, be swingy. Mama, ya the show, so when you malam, see me penyo, jigadi. Mami, yana diameuna, Mulkama semi, no, the papa now one man jam. It's a chinchina, mama, pilakwa, the man now windy. My money, go be your money. Now my body, to go be your body. My money, go be your money. Now my body, to go be your body. And now I want shine, touch you, I want shine. And now I want shine, and now I want shine, touch you, I want shine. And now my money, go be your money. Now my body, to go be your body. My money, go be your money. Now my body, to go be your body. Belly, if you are in the damper, on the time when you so cry. Get up and do something good for yourselves. Then bring you up, mother. Say ye and you be abra, baby. Get up and do something good for yourselves. The time and time wait for no man. And you be abra, baby. Share it begin to know ourselves. It be I'm with ourselves. Papa answer no ourselves. Seek him and say, oh, Shadu Kaji so ourselves. I'm the fire so ourselves. Now we do the king and I don't know they do the time for you. Many of you are in a jumper. The bring you on mother. Say the you be a by a go. No super. Time no do shade. You know the time when you so cry. The rest of the party. Your time be precious, you don't waste it. Man longer of our call, go places. You get cases, you go face it. My mind talkative, share a pebble track of fuck heaven, quarrel record. Now my ball for 47, one support. Now hope on your mixing the Jesus, untonable no master, no still on your video. Live your life at it, chase your dreams. Leave a mark, make you no just exist. Action, wake up, now or never. Don't die as a waste man, none of the yawa. Until Rabbi, boys who doors for men, yes, I check. Tracks no doors, a man reply this. This be the time go few do more things. In the cemetery, you're full of fun for few dreams. Time no day. I will be and the tamper. You better be seen no so far. So time no day, you shady. You know the time when you so cry. Time no day. Be my go, mamu nibi. Vision so do do. Be my go, my meeting nibi. Pressure wa mudu. Be my go, mamu nibi. Vision so mamu. What my meeting nibi.
Music.com.gh.
To them, at the minute they will coaching. Now we're aiming for one reason. Money no so anchor then. Into the major will be cool. Roman father so I then. Our boys are my pedal. One woman is so anchor then. One brother my head in the bed. More the prison so I then. Naked show me in Palia. And you win me, you. Baby, 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 no do tilta. Nada when I'm here, so free so be now why be the day so sin would be po into what they to done what will be no need on the inside or do you want to move see they be all order and you're safe it's a one power dinner you more than what you so I then Susinudipo, Obinawayo, Obinade Susinudipo, Shobinawayo, Obinade Susinudi, Obinawayate, Obinade Susinudi, Abelipo. Credit tilapia say eagle Jaman Yahweh young with their sub and swimming. I will see your best to move on to the next. Will pass, forget until then you happy yourself. Yeah, you mate are making money, building mansions, you mate are getting married. Oh, you true. Who made TV about them could be we women we are being buried. Understand? You pay the service, question 37 since you be so much. And they can't forget a koto Sunday you can you do your better Susuka. In Kwano be better since you got out, they will hurt you and I am lucky.
Well, this is a case of X amount of love. Go for me, on the speed. Shut up for the other massive. One time, oh baby girl.